Hello, everyone. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 228. And we're going to be talking about a prehistoric shark since it's Shark Week, and that prehistoric shark is Fal- Falcatus. And so this is a picture right here. I'll go in a little bit more detail uh, about Falcatus in terms of males and females, but this is what a male Falcatus looks like on the bottom, and here is a female on top. And so let's actually keep going. Some information about Falcatus. The length is 10 to 12 inches and weigh around a pound. So this is a very small uh, early shark, so to speak. It lived 350 to 320 million years ago in the early Carboniferous period. And fossils are found in Montana in the United States, and it was described by Lund in 1985. So this shark is almost 40 years old when it comes to in terms of when it was described. So next year it will be 40 years, and so that's actually pretty neat right there. And so we have the map of the United States, and where I have Montana circled, that's the state, this big state in green, right here in the 48 states here. So it's the state that is uh, surrounded by Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, and North Dakota. And so, yeah, that's where the fossils have been found of Falcatus. And here's a fossil of Falcatus, and it's a male, and we'll actually talk about this in the next slide. More information about Falcatus. It is part of the Concredices family group of fish, and so this does include sharks, rays, certain types of fish, but it belongs to its own family group, Falcatidae, and so these are like relatives of sharks. These are like distant relatives of sharks. So these are not totally true sharks. These are just like a close relative of sharks, but it does have shark-like traits. Like there's barely any bones in the skeleton. Uh, the only bony parts are like some bits of the skull and even the sickle-shaped spine that is for the males. And so the males have the sickle-shaped spine, where the females don't. The females are pretty plain. And they have small teeth, and of course, it's a carnivore. The environment in which it lived in would have been temperate types of water, seawater. There would have been early corals, and other animals that would have been around were other types of invertebrates. So the last bits of the trilobites. There would have been some eurythroids around, but they were in decline. You also had nautiloids, so like coiled nautiloids. The straight cone nautiloids were uh, like on their last legs in the Carboniferous. But other types of fish that were around, so like echinoderms, and even lobefin fish, and even other early sharks that were around that kind of time in the Carboniferous. Let's talk about the predators and prey. And so the prey that Falcatus would have been going after would have been small fish and some invertebrates. So like squids and some like very small trilobites and those sorts of things. Those would have actually been eating. That's what it would have been eating. But the predators would have been some of the echinoderms, the larger early sharks, and even some lobefin fish would have been able to been eating Falcatus. And so Falcatus was not the top predator during the Carboniferous in the seas. Extinction of Falcatus was mostly due to climate change. Continents were starting to join together, so this was right in the beginning of the early stages of Pangea, but Pangea wouldn't have been fully formed until the late Carboniferous or the early Permian. And so that would have been, so you can definitely see when you look at the maps of the Carboniferous, I'll show one in a little bit, of that the continents were already starting to join together to create Pangea. the inland seas at that time were starting to retreat, and so the inland seas were drying out, and also the sharks started to get larger at that point in time. So some of these early sharks were looking more almost like actual sharks, but they were actually still weird like sharks. Some of them had like funky looking jaw structures, weird teeth, some crazy fins, those sorts of things. And so sharks took on all different kinds of shapes and sizes after the Carboniferous, and I mean, look no further than Helicoprion. And so here is what the Carboniferous looked like around 329 million years ago. So this is around that kind of time that Falcatus was around. And so what I'm going to highlight is right around here is where you're going to see where Falcatus was actually probably living in. So a shallow sea that would have been in the inner part of North America. You can still call this an inland sea because you can definitely see that like there's a bit of land or mountains that were starting to form to close up this seaway, and so this is one of the reasons why the early stages of the early stages of the continent starting to join together to form Pangea. They were starting to dry up those inland seas, and so that's one of the reasons why Falcatus did go extinct. And so the next episode will be on July 18th, 2024, and there'll be an extra episode, and there'll be my review of Netflix's Life on Our Planet. And so I did get to watch it last month, and so I'll give you my thoughts on what about this paleo documentary, uh, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what are some things where I find kind of meh, and all that sort of stuff. So I've taken notes for this, and so now you actually will get to see my review for this. And so sorry I'm late to the party of actually get to see this show, but you know what? I actually got to watch it last month. And so anyway, but you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinocris71@gmail.com, or go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric of Dino Chris. Like the page, you should post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messengers are private conversations. So please put your questions in the comment section on any Facebook posts. And also for YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel according to my analytics. A lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit that like button because it's how the YouTube algorithm works. The more likes the video gets, the more likely it gets spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general, so please feel free to do so. Also, share the video, share the channel to anybody that's interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general, so please feel free to do so. So like I said, hit the like button on the videos, and also subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section because I do read them all. Your questions mean a lot. All of you are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube. You guys are awesome. You're giving me some great questions for the Q&A episodes. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you. Also, for younger people out there to make solutions, and your parents, your teachers, and your guardians, it's the best motivation you could have for good education. It's very important to have a good education. So, with a good education, you get a good job in the future. An announcement here: my next event will be in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, on July 20th. I don't have a time uh, just yet for this, but yeah, the next event I'll be doing is in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, on July 20th, and so yeah, so hopefully you guys can make it down to Stevens Point in on July 20th. So I'll be bringing some things with me, and I'll be also be helping out a friend of mine who's actually being part of this as well, and helping him set up an inflatable whale, uh, basically like one of those like inflatable whales where you go inside and you get to see like the like some bits of the skeleton inside where the organs are and all that sorts of stuff. That's actually really, really cool. And so hopefully you guys can make it to Stevens Point, Wisconsin on July 20th, and hope to see you there at that point in time. And that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.